All right, well, welcome back on this historic day. In 13 Action News financial analyst Steve Budin joins us now to break down some of the numbers. First and foremost, you're sort of tracking some of the local gaming stocks, and what are you seeing?
All the gaming stocks are up big this morning, and I think that's a vote of confidence. You know, markets usually will vote up or down in terms of share price. And again, it's only one day, but it just is another step of this positivity that's getting generated.
Yeah, we're talking about NFL fans from across the country wanting to come to Vegas to probably watch their team when they play the Raiders here.
Yeah, and don't underestimate that. You know, a lot of the economy does go on psychology, and especially for the locals. Today's a great day. People are knowing that the stadium will be built, a lot of jobs created, a lot of secondary jobs from the stadium. All good news.
Yeah, and I know that Steve Sisolak was sending out tweets, and he just made a statement saying, you know, this is going to be construction jobs. We're going to have the culinary union, you know, will be using workers and stuff like that. And so it's good not only for football fans, but also the, you know, community as a whole. Yeah,
it is. And not to put a total wet blanket on it, but, you know, these aren't gifts. A lot of these are loans, and the money does have to get paid back. You know, the Raiders forked over $400 million or so to relocate. Now they're in for $1.9 billion on a stadium. You know, now they got to, once they put that shovel in the ground, money's got to get paid back, and there's all kinds of ways that they're talking about doing this. But you know, the state is on the hook for $750 million. As taxpayers, just want to be sure we get a return on our investment. And studies go back and forth over whether these stadiums work or not, and we've had segments on this in the past.
I think this is always so interesting. So before the stadiums come, you always hear, oh, this is going to be a great economic impact. This is going to bring a windfall of money and jobs. And you're saying, though, when they go back and they study some 5 years later, it's not so clear necessarily.
Yeah, it's mixed. But one thing I will say about Vegas is that it's a tourist destination. So now you're giving folks who may or may not come to Vegas to gamble. Let's say you live in Oakland and you're a football fan. Now you'll come to Vegas, even though you don't want to gamble, you'll take a show and you'll take a restaurant in. So the economic impact for a tourist destination like Vegas, I think, is pretty positive. I think the positives more than outweigh the negatives here.
And it's been interesting. I mean, actually, we just got a statement in from Bill Foley of the Golden Knights saying, you know, he's excited about it and congratulations and all that kind of thing. But it's been interesting to see the two different processes because, you know, they had a location already. It was kind of paid for. And with the NFL and the Raiders, it seems like people have been kind of on both sides instead of all for it like they were with the Golden Knights.
Right, big difference being public money versus just private money.
Anytime you get public funding into play, the politicians get involved, and that's where it gums up the works a little bit. If you can have private financing, that's the perfect scenario. And yeah, like you said, both of the processes came through, and you're seeing a lot of this in D.C., right? When you have public policy in the way, sometimes it takes longer than shorter, and that's okay.
And getting back to that $750 million in public funding, Clark County has already begun to collect that money in the hotel room tax, so that's already been in the works.
That's right, and I think it's great foresight by the legislature in doing it this way. I mean, it was a little bit of a gamble, but now that it's done, the money's already starting to come in. They can bank that, put it on the side, hopefully, and then use that to pay off the construction loans and whatnot for the facility.
All right, exciting stuff, Steve Budin.
Thank you so much, Steve. We'll see you next week, and we're going to take a quick break.